Alrighty guys, we're back for some Colossus Ramp, and this is the Lost Caverns of Ixalan Standard Brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I build all kinds of different decks, but I do prefer aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well. Also, we do get that Discord link as well as that Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? First of all, this was a patron suggestion, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It's going to be a fun one. It was to try out Cultivator Colossus with Hulking Raptor in the same build, so of course we landed on some ramp, and it's also Golgari Caves as well, which should be pretty fun, dude. So Cultivator Colossus on the top end here, it is a 7 mana plant beast. Nice. Not the only plant in the deck either, so that's fun. It has Trample, and its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. When Cultivator Colossus enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. If you do, draw a card and repeat this process. So you could potentially slam land, draw a land, slam land, draw a land, and then do that for, infinitely, technically, until you run out of land in the deck. But you're going to run out. Probably I bet you could hit 3 land, right? Before the Colossus fizzles out of the draws. That being said, you need a lot of land in the deck for this to work. So we do have 29 land in here. Almost half of the entire build is land. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Now, the other half of the suggestion was Hulking Raptor in this ramp build as well. So this is a 4 mana, 5/3 with Ward 2. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you add 2 green mana. Nice. So essentially, if we can successfully ramp into our turn 4, right? So on turn 2, we ramp to 3. On turn 4, we play our 4th mana, play our Hulking Raptor. On that's turn 3, right? I'm getting lost because land math apparently. So on turn 3, we get Hulking Raptor down. Then on turn 4, we play our 5th mana at that point because we ramped on turn 2, and then we have 7 mana in our pre-combat main phase. So that is a turn 4 7 mana Cultivator Colossus, but also Cultivator Colossus isn't the only top end that we wouldn't mind seeing on turn 4. Titan of Industry is also in the build. Underplayed, dude. Criminally underplayed. It just does so much, man. It's also being the way that we get rid of artifacts and enchantments, which we are seeing a ton of everywhere in every deck all the time. So that's going to be important. Helping us close up the game as well. Yeah, it's going to be good. Now, more often than not, you're probably not going to get a turn 4 Cultivator Colossus, right? But there's still getting that much extra ramp early on can be absolutely disgusting on so many levels, dude. Being able to just do multiple things on the same turn or have other really cool things to ramp into as well, like Awaken the Woods, X and double green, sorcery speed, create X/1/1 green forest dryad land, creature tokens. So if you are ramping and you didn't get your 5th mana to actually play out of your hand, and you got that Raptor down on 3 like you planned on turn 4, you're still getting that extra 2 green, which just kind of makes the double green cost in Awaken the Woods free, and then the rest of your mana can just go towards that X ability, right? Which could be really good. Also, since these are all forest dryad lands, they do buff the Colossus when they hit that board as well, so that'll be interesting to see if that ever comes into play, right? At that point, it wouldn't be unheard of to get a 20/20 Colossus on the board, because you might have 10 lands and then you might be able to get 10 more on Awaken the Woods or something ridiculous. So yeah, so that's pretty neat. A lot of different things to help us ramp early game here. Like I said, getting that turn 3/4 drop could be huge. So Glimpse the Core helps find forests out of the deck. Smacks them right onto the battlefield. Doesn't even go to the hand, which is really cool. Also helps us return cave cards from the grave to the battlefield tapped. Not bad. Got Azusa's Many Journeys here with that top ability. You may play an additional land this turn. Sure, why not? It's going to be worth the 3 of, if for nothing else, even if you're missing that top part of the saga for some reason, then gaining 3 life is not bad. And then when it flips into Likeness of the Seeker, the card's just kind of bonkers, I guess is the word we're looking for. Go for the throat. Ew. Yeah, we got 1 go for the throat. Boo. Take the removal out. We don't need it now. It'll probably come in handy, right? And as a 1 of, I guess we could consider more. But I actually have Pylon in here too. Kind of an underplayed removal spell. And in a deck where we are getting a lot of land, so like I'm not too concerned that this is 4 mana, but more importantly, it also has Convoke, so our creatures can help us cast this anyways, which happens to be pretty good when you have vigilant creatures like Topiary Stomper as well, right? You know, Stomper made an appearance in the recent Atraxa builds, like a big appearance in all of them for good reason. In this deck in particular, we're going to have 7 lands on the board so easily. It's going to be very important to just ramp off of this as well. It's, yeah, going to be an excellent creature in here. Oh, another thing with Pylon too is it has that Surveil too. It also hits Planeswalkers as well. Go for the Throat doesn't hit Planeswalkers. Of course, this can hit like artifact creatures too. Go for the Throat can't do that either. But the Surveil too, you don't mind plugging certain things into the grave, like extra lands or something as well. Maybe you can bring them back with Blossoming Tortoise, making an appearance as a 3-of. Dude, a lot of 3-ofs in this build, right? I didn't plan that, but yeah, I guess we had so much to pack into the build, but then a lot of it had to be extra lands too, so that kind of makes sense as to how we came about the 3-ofs, right? This is very much a land deck, and a lot of our win conditions is just going to be powering up lands, so Tortoise is going to be excellent for all of that, and the ramp, yep, going to fit beautifully in here. Got Nissa, Resurgent, Animist too, kind of all over the place here, guys. So this is a 3-mana 3/3 with landfall, so when a land ETB is under your control, add 1 mana of any color. Then, if this is the second time this ability resolved this turn, you reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an elf or an elemental card. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, so that could help find our Titan of Industries out of the deck because it is in fact elemental. And over in the honorable mentions, I actually have an elf here. Llanowar Loam Speaker almost made the cut. I think more often than not, if we are ramping that heavily and getting multiple land on the board at the same time with Nissa out too, then we'd rather just see Titan anyways. So yeah, no Loam Speaker this time, but also powering up land isn't bad with Loam Speaker in a deck that has Tortoise too. So okay, we got Spelunking in here as well. 3-mana enchantment. When it ETBs, you draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you put a cave onto the battlefield this way, you gain 4 life. Nice. 4 life goes a long way, man. So lands you control enter the battlefield untapped. Oh, buddy, that's good. I like it. Okay, in our 5-drop spots, we have a Cosmium Confluence as a 2-of. I actually don't have more than 2, and I don't know for this deck in particular, I don't know if I would have more than 2, although some of you guys have mentioned that the card in cave decks is an MVP and all 4 of them is necessary. Like I said, I don't have more than 2, but for this build, I think 2 is going to be perfect anyways. So it's a 5-mana sorcery speed. Choose 3. You may choose the save mode more than once. So you can search your library for a cave card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Good, that's not bad ramp at all. Or you can put 3 +1/+1 counters on a cave you control. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. Nice. Or destroy some enchantments, bro. Really like the card. Really neat. We have a 1-of Ojer Kaslem. Deepest Growth. This is a 5-mana 6/5 with trample. When it deals damage to a player, reveal that many cards at the top of your library. You may put a creature card and or land card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Then when this dies, it turns into that land, Temple of Cultivation. Taps for a green source. For 2 and a green, you can tap it, transform Temple of Cultivation, activate only if you control 10 or more permanents, and only as a sorcery. Dude, permanents. So it doesn't say non-land permanents. So that's going to be like really easy. If this dies, the opponent wants to exile it, man, because we're probably just flipping it back into Ojer Kaslem next turn. The one thing that this card is missing, and I don't know why I feel like it should be on the card. I feel like it should have reach. I don't know. I just, like, look at the picture. It looks so tall. It looks like it could totally reach up and grab a birdie out of the sky. Anyways, yeah, so we got some honorable mentions over here. Bramble Familiar almost made the cut because of the fetch quest side. Could be cool. Terra Sunder almost made the cut. I think just a straight up go for the throat is going to be a little bit better than a 1 of Terra Sunder. And if we have to hit artifacts and enchantments, we got the Confluence and the Titan on the top end. So we'll see. We'll see. Honorable mentions for a reason, right? Invasion of Zendikar. Worth noting that this only hits basic land. So in a cave deck, it doesn't really work, which is why, like, instead of ramping with something like Invasion of Zendikar, which has proven itself as terrific ramp, like the Hulking Raptor is the chosen ramp, as well as the Tortoise in the 4-drop spot too, because we're going caves this time round. So yeah, that's why no Zendikar. Gingerbread Hunter almost made the cut, dude. Just like having more creatures that we wouldn't mind spending our mana on when it comes time, but also ways to remove creatures too. Actually, just really like this card and the artwork too. Gargantuan Leech feels a little weird not being in here since it is a cave build and it happens to be Golgari Cave. So why not play this as a one of on the top end? Just like, where's the room? You know what I mean? March of the Retrosar almost made the cut too because I bet you could gain a ton of great life off of this, but I didn't want too many X spells in here because of the lands like Hidden Nursery and Hidden Necropolis. If you end up activating these, which you'll activate them more often than you think, to discover 4 and you hit an X spell off the top, well, that kind of sucks then, doesn't it? You know what I mean? But no March this time around, even though, yeah, a big life gain could happen. And no Green Sun's Twilight either. I did consider it for the build, though. Honorable mention for a reason. Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm not going to take the time to go over the land because the deck has already taken quite some time. But Restless Cottage is going to be huge 4 of. Cavernous Maw going to be a huge 4 of as well. All the other caves I thought about for a little bit. Sunken Citadel is going to be very good in here. As a matter of fact, I don't have 4 Sunken Citadels. If you do, I would drop this Echoing Deeps and just go up the 4th Sunken Citadel. I think that would totally be fine because I don't know how often Echoing Deeps is actually going to do a thing. Forgotten Monument is going to be excellent in here for mana fixing as well. So, okay, guys, enough rambling. Let's go ahead, take this into some ranked and see how we do. Okay, we'll see if we can get right into that first game here. Guys, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to take off my pirate outfit. So we've been using the pirate outfit when the theme matters, or if I have like a pirate in the deck or something. Let's see, does the cave theme fit the pirate outfit? No, probably not, but that's okay. You guys seem to enjoy the pirate outfit, so. This is a bad hand, right? Dude, let's do it. Let's do it. We go first. This is a particularly bad hand as we have nothing early on, but like we have enough mana for a little while here, so. Hidden Nursery. Forgotten Monument. What order do I place things out in? I guess we just want to make sure we get the second green source for the Hulking Raptor when it comes time. Yeah, this was probably a mulligan hand, guys. We got to be realistic about it, but I also really enjoy pushing the limits of a build and testing it. Enchantment enters the battlefield. Oh, nice. A little bit of Scry. Some Selesnya enchantments potentially here. So Maw will be able to be powered up. I'm just going to get Maw number 2 down then. We have the green source for when it comes time. We'll see. I don't think they end up swinging into this. And if they do, I don't think they'd have any combat tricks. They'd want to do all that before combat. Calyx, okay. So a really, really slow start, but thank goodness we went first here. You know what I mean? Because even though we had a slow start, now we might actually be able to successfully get the ramp that we need. Full swing here wouldn't be terrific. Oh, this is... Wait, activate only if the number of other caves you control, plus the number of caves in your graveyard is 3 or greater. It has to be other caves, not 3 total. I'm sorry, guys. I completely overlooked that. So they did have a good swing there. Hulking Raptor. Terrific ramp, dude. The Ward 2 is huge here, too, because in a Selesnya enchantment build, like, it would be, well, they go 4th mana, Ossification, pay the 2. Yeah, I guess that could be a play. I was going to say, the Selesnya enchantments removal are a little bit more expensive than you would think. Oh, they don't have the Ward 2. Uh-oh. Or they don't have the 4th mana for it. I guess they could still just be playing Ossification for the sake of the buff, because they'll get a buff with the... well, they get a Scry. and they get another counter off the Calyx. So I guess technically, if that was their only enchantment in hand, it was still worth playing, maybe, right? Get the buffs, get the scry, find the removal that you actually need. Audacity. Yeah, dude. I think those extra counters were worthwhile, right? Because that's a huge swing. They might as well full swing. Yep. Because if we don't block, first of all, if we do block, we lose the ramp for next turn. We still have the Cosmium Confluence, but that's all 5 mana. And then we'll just like perish on the next turn after that. Okay, guys, we're in trouble either way. Let's go down to 4. They get to copy the Audacity. They don't want to copy Ossification because, again, the ward 2. Keeping the Raptor alive here. Yep, very, very slow opener. Definitely one that we wouldn't want to keep again, I would say. Especially if we were going second, too. Ooh, Tortoise off the top. That's good. That's really good. 1, 2, 3. 3 will be open. I was going to say, like, yeah, getting some blocks down would be good, but... we're going to have to destroy some enchantments this turn, aren't we? Breaks my heart to do it that way. 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2. Grab a land, probably, or power up a land. No, it has to be a cave that we're power. I'm sorry, guys. I'm all over the place. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Okay. 1, 2 enchantments. Power up a land as an emergency blocker in case they find more removal. Audacity, get rid of the trample. Calyx to get rid of just an incredible card. Power up the nursery. They draw 2 because Audacity is just a terrific card, man. And then for the turn, we just play Restless Cottage and prepare for next turn. Tough decisions. Very, very tough decisions. Even if that Ossification landed, then we did have that option with the Cosmium Confluence. See, if they have a third Audacity, then I suppose that's it, right? Because they'd full swing. Okay. Okay, it's going on to Visitor. Going up to a 4/4. It still might be pop some enchantments on this, depending on what they do here. And that would only be their second Audacity, because one of them was a copy with the Calyx. Ossification, take the Nursery. They still can't take the Ward 2 Raptor, so... oh, that's game, actually. Yeah. Yeah, they take Nursery. Unless this says non-land. Exile target creature or planeswalker. Nope. Nope. And then they full swing. They do get a scry here as well. Yeah, GG opponent. Oh, man. Okay, okay. If I would have blocked... Yep, good game. 4 is getting through regardless. If I would have blocked the turn prior, we wouldn't have had the 2 extra, but we would have been able to... So we would have blocked. Okay, that would have been gone. That's one that I got to go back and watch, guys. Because there might have been a way if I didn't let the massive amount of damage slam through that one turn. We would have been 2 mana less, though, for the next turn. So when we played our 5th mana and we went Cosmium, we wouldn't have been having another creature on the board, but we would have wiped a couple of the enchantments. No, yeah. I think early on there was just way too slow. Oh, check this out. We got our Cultivator Colossus in hand, but like nothing else. Go first. Okay, let's give it a shot. It's definitely a different hand to try. Similar to that first hand, right? Like the first hand, like how greedy could we get? But this hand is, you know, we actually have something early on here. Okay, 29 land in the deck total, so 26 left in the deck over here. That is half the deck. Let's flip that coin and let's see that land. Let's do this. Land off the top, Stomper ramp. Like, that is all terrific, man. Yes, land off the top. There it is. Okay, and then Stomper comes down. We take 1. Pretty good. Pretty good, dude. Grab a green source for sure. Azusa's Many Journeys flips next turn. Pylon is ready, but I don't know what Pylon's going to hit in this build. Probably a Planeswalker when it comes time. Portal to Phyrexia in the grave, guys. Pylon number 2 isn't great. Not something we want to see there. All right, for the turn, we're going Restless Cottage. Hopefully the 2 mana that they have isn't spot removal for Restless Cottage. Still worth this tempting swing, right? Is it? Well, get lost. Couple map tokens isn't too bad. 4th mana. If they power up that portal, we lose both of our creatures. Yeah, with 4th mana, it could be the Awakening. It is not, luckily. Losing a land last turn was rough. 4 mana open. It's probably Wandering Emperor. I am too scared to power up Restless Cottage to the 4 mana, right? Because, yeah, Wandering Emperor just exile that land immediately there. So, too bad. Too bad Pylon isn't doing anything. Yeah, I'm not powering up the cottage with that Forgotten Monument, and I want to see what other land we could find. Glimpse the Core. A little bit of ramp out of the deck, as opposed to just drawing it at this point. I say we send that to the grave. That's not necessary. Okay, we'll do this all before the swing. Make sure their Wandering Emperor has a really good target, right? Okay. So more land, it's not bad, especially since we ended up losing one there. See what ends up happening. Wandering Emperor. Go back up to 22. Likeness is out of the equation. And we do have 4 open for Pylon, which I believe we do this turn, since they have blue in the build. Surveil 2 is pretty good. Cavernous Maw, Blossoming Tortoise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in hand. Play the 6th one next turn. Tortoise is terrific, dude. Keep that on top. Yep, that's pretty good. Okay, we should be terrified of this build, dude. This is probably going to be a lot to deal with the whole time, right? One of those types of builds that probably runs like all 4 Wandering Emperors as well. Sunfall's probably in here, I would say. Sunfall Exiles, is that something they want in Reanimator? Probably, if they're reanimating just like artifacts and stuff, or other top-end things. Okay, first of all, 6 mana comes down to play around a Make Disappear, because it very well might be a Make Disappear style deck. Tortoise before combat, because land means Stomper can swing. Stomper's Vigilance gets around Wandering Emperor, so they want to create a blocker, if anything. Oh no, we got rid of our other Tortoise and an Awaken the Woods. That could have all been really good. Okay, and we're going to have Pylon available too, is because of the Vigilance on the Stomper. This is sick, dude. This is really cool. Okay, take the 4. Pylon is open. Colossus in hand without any land in hand could be a problem. But now that we have 7 on the board, if we see a land off the top, we don't play it. We go Colossus, play it with the Colossus, and then see if we draw a few more land off of that as well. Faithful Mending, 1 with the Multiverse. Dude, they are like 1 turn away from reanimation for sure, right? Like, this is definitely Azorius Reanimator, but when are they going to see the reanimation card? They got great filtering with the Collector's Vault. Great filtering with Faithful Mending too, for that matter, because if they go 3 mana now, they'll still have 4 available. Passes it back. That's great news, guys. Okay, do we go Colossus before swing or swing before Colossus? I say swing and then go Colossus, right? It's gonna mill. We are gonna mill. Hopefully we don't mill away too many lands because we really want to see the land on the top. But like at that point, we would just have no idea. Oh, that was a lot of land. Okay, Cavernous Maw. Yeah, we want to filter through as much land as possible with this Colossus. Down to 13. That board wipe's coming soon, man. But then if they tap out for a board wipe, we can potentially power up 2 cottages. Wouldn't be enough to get there yet because they gained a good chunk of life. Okay, let's see how many land we blow through. Sunken Citadel. Probably green. Cavernous Maw. Hidden Nursery. And Spelunking. Okay. Spelunking on this board would have been wild if we had that earlier, right? Okay, filter with Collector's Vault. They're like, come on, reanimation card. For sure, dude, for sure. Like that. Yep, Faithful Mending back up to 15. I guess Colossus was risky. No, we still want to do it. We still want to. Like, sure, they have a great chance at finding their reanimation card, probably, right? That's probably, yeah, probably a 4 of Awakening, maybe. Well, 3 of Awakening. Then Portal wipes this board, but then we have land to power up. I'm not expecting to keep this board state is what I'm getting at here. One with the Multiverse. Is it going to be Portal from hand? It is going to be Portal from hand, guys. So they have 1 treasure. Okay, so we could just go land for the turn. They're going to have... Portal's going to start grabbing stuff. They're going to have a free thing off one with the Multiverse every turn. Like, if I had a land in hand, maybe Colossus number 2. We could try to draw one with Splunker. Zeus's Many Journeys isn't bad. If Turtle was still on board, all of our turtles are in the grave, unfortunately, guys. So we go Restless Cottage. Sunken Citadel for that, right? 1, 2. It's more damage to go Maws over the other Restless Cottage. So it's 10 damage. Okay, let's pick up. What do I even pick up? Maybe a creature, so that way they can't grab anything with Portal. What's my graveyard look like? Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help. I guess Colossus would be pretty bad. I guess it feels super weird because like they could still reanimate from their grave too. But I guess like taking away their best target to reanimate is a good option, right? Like Turtle's still a great reanimation target too though, so. Dude, what a great game. What a great match. Anyone's game for sure. They could find a serious amount of goodness with one with the Multiverse. Every turn they're getting something for Portal, which just means more chump blockers for our land. So if we can successfully power up 7 power and go Pylon to the Tortoise, if we have enough mana to do all that, we might get there. Memory Delusion, the grave. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana available still. Against a deck like this, having all these creature lands is so good, guys. I cannot stress the importance of the creature lands against this build right now. Oh, they did have an Abuelo's Awakening, so another one with the Multiverse means they get to play another card for free out of their hand, and that is a chump blocker as well. Oh, crap, dude. Oh, crap. Bro, opponent is popping off this turn, which I guess should be no surprise, right? So there they go. That's all their free stuff off the one with the multiverse. Oh, did I pronounce this right this time, guys? Some of you guys said I pronounced it wrong last time. Abuelo? I think so. I think I pronounced it correctly this time. Yeah, dude, chump blockers for days. That was huge for the opponent. We do have pylon for the... Okay, so we got to get rid of one with the multiverse number 1. Titan of Industry was really good, because that lets us do that and lets us set up a little bit more of a wide board state. Then we'll have 2 open to tap for pylon when it comes time. I'll tell you what, a hard counter on this Titan of Industry. Okay, I was going to say it would probably be game. I don't think it's Portal. Like, 3 free things from all these one with the multiverses is just too much to deal with, right? But Portal's getting them a free thing from the grave every turn, too. This is a really tough decision, man. I think it's the... Maybe it's like one of the 1/1s, actually. Okay. I guess getting rid of one of their chump blockers. And the one of their abilities to actually do multiple things as well is totally fine. I wonder what the draw would be on this. If we miss the land, then we won't have 4 for pylon, so... Oh, okay, I can pay 1 life to have these be a black source. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I guess we want to do it on our turn, because we're at 22, so we're fine. We definitely want Eternal Wanderer to die. Surveil 2, so we wanted Titan of Industry, so we should have done pylon before the Azusa's Many Journeys, I suppose. Glimpse the Core, Sunken Citadel. We see the Sunken Citadel, then we have Spelunking, Colossus. I'm going to ditch it. I don't know what we want to see, but we definitely need more. Maybe like a second Titan of Industry, right? Yeah. Really, really tough decisions there. Uphill battle for sure. Wandering Emperor takes the Titan of Industry out of this equation. Yeah, for the turn they can go +1, then on their turn they can go -2. Titan of Industry without the trample is a problem. Cultivator Colossus being huge is good, but is it enough? No, because they continue to reanimate here. They continue to have ways to gain life. Like, they're going back up to 9 off the Emperor this turn. 2 life off of Faithful Mending that they just milled off of our Blossoming Tortoise, too. This deck looks super scary, dude. Holy cow. Portal to Phyrexia. Yep, yep. They didn't even have to go -2. They might as well generate some creatures, right? I would say. They go Full Swing. They have 10 damage on this board, so we are on a 2-turn clock. Keep a couple blockers back for our lands. Which means that last card in hand... I guess they go... Yeah, they go Chump Blocker on the Emperor.
May your blade strike true.
It'd be awesome to see the Colossus get us there, right? That'd be epic. Another Awakening. Bring the one with the multiverse back and more free stuff. Oh, they finally don't have free stuff to play, so that must be a land or something that targets at that point, right? So 1, 2, 3. We'll still have Sunken Citadel, power up. Okay, so Cultivator Colossus, right? It'd be cool to get Spelunking down first, but this is fine as well. Since it comes out tapped off of the Colossus, right? But I wanted to have the Restless Cottage swing. They double block it, though, don't they? We're kind of running very slim on options here, guys. So we are going to go for the swing anyways and allow the double block to happen. And at the very least, pick up the Titan of Industry out of our grave. Demolition Field. Well, I guess they could have done that at any time. Let's see what we got here. We'll grab a Swamp. That's not good because they'll get Titan of Industry. They can go Enchantment, destroy the Azusa's Many Journeys. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, this one's the opponent's, right? Mirex. The question is, we're 35 minutes in. Do we take the time to let them full swing next turn? They might not, is the problem. They might take a lot of extra time. Usually I like letting the opponent play it out, but this is theirs. I guess let's wait to see what they grab on the double. No, it's 2 portals, man. It's 2 No, we should concede. Let's try to get one more game in, right? Yeah, there's the Titan of Industry. Hey, good game, opponent. The main reason we're conceding instead of letting them have a fun swing is to get more matches in, and sometimes when we're up against mid-range or control players, they actually play the long game, which is probably the smart decision, but like, I mean, like the super long game, like they might have lethal on the board and then they skip a turn and then like we keep going and we gain a little bit of hope because of our top deck, and then like the game takes another 15 minutes when realistically just getting into another game would be much more fun to try to showcase as much of the deck as possible too, because that actually felt pretty good, didn't it? That actually felt really good. Okay, land off the top would be great. Land off the top for days, dude. I'm okay with that. This one's untapped, so we go, I guess, at first we'll go Restless Cottage. Forgotten Monument, Azusa's Many Journeys. Get down probably Nursery first. Still probably call green on Sunken Citadel, since this is gonna help us anyways. Oh, I'm just now putting my head in the game and seeing that we're up against mono red guys. That's not good. That's not good. We're gonna definitely need this life gain as soon as possible. It's good ramp. It's good ramp. Land off the top for days is what we requested, and that's what we got. So, Echoing Deeps, Tortoise, blocks, gain 3, back up to 13. Glimpse the Core is huge, dude. Holy cow. Pylon could be good for Godric, but Blossoming Tortoise. Blossoming Tortoise ramp. Cavernous Maw is good. The ramp feels great. It feels like we curve out nicely. We don't have the 7 mana for Colossus yet. Godric's going in the air. Block the squee for sure. We're in danger, bro. That Godric's a problem. Oh. Monstrous Rage was brutal, dude. Because now we don't have the additional blocker, too. Oh, that was probably the GG's, right? Sunken Citadel's tapped. The Stomper's tapped, but we'll have enough open here. If we keep the black source open, then we don't have enough green sources on the board. So either way, we're going to have to take a little bit of damage here. And at that point, I guess it's okay to take the damage for the pylon. 1, 2, 3. That'll be 7. So we have 2 blockers on the ground. Grab that swamp. And pylon is available. Oh, guys. Against mono red? Ah, ramp lined up so nicely, man. It really, really did. Oh, no power up for the Godric means we could potentially block it here. The Wicked Roll is a problem if we let the 2 go through. We gotta block the 2. If we... Yeah, the Wicked Roll's gonna get them there regardless, right? Because of the 1 here. So we... Yeah, no, we died. Oh, crap. Oh, man. Oh, we curved out so nicely, dude. Crap. It's too bad we didn't have the extra black source on the board, because we got to take the one, we kill the Godric, and then we take one here, and then one from the Wicked Roll. Oh, they had to play with fire anyways. Yeah, no, that's true, that's true. Up against Mono Red, at least it was a fast game. We did get to showcase the awesome, just, what do we even call that? Hyper ramp. That lined up really nicely. Up against a little bit of a slower deck, or a slower lineup in this case, right? This Monstrous Rage completely blew us out, I would say. Because losing that blocker that turn, no matter what we blocked with that Tortoise, losing that blocker that turn put the nail in the coffin, as maybe we would have had one more turn. Either way, Godric had to go, because we didn't have any ways to actually block successfully in the air, too, so... I'm relatively satisfied with the build, guys. I think more testing's required for sure. 40 minutes in. You know what? You know what, dude? One more. And if we end up going way too overtime, we'll just end up giving it to the opponent. Like, no worries, right? No worries at all. I think, first of all, we can totally get there. The way that ramp just occurred was wild, dude. And, like, it should come to no surprise, because, like, we have effective ramp in here regardless. But you know what we didn't get to see today? Hulking Raptor, which I would love to see. Got some top end. Opponent goes first. That is very unfortunate. Too slow. I mean, we got plenty of 2-drops, plenty of 1-drops, and just nothing in the hand. Is this too slow? No second green source. It would be the Forgotten Monument green source for Tortoise. All right. Last hand of the evening. Let's put the deck to its limits again. Test it all out. Splunking's pretty good. We want to make sure we keep a cave in hand for that life gain. Which also could have been really good against that mono red build, but I think that 4 life wouldn't have actually helped too much overall. Restless Cottage is fine. Yep, since we don't have any 2-mana card anyway. Uh-oh, guys, dinos. Uh-oh. Dinos gets ridiculous really fast. Speaking of ramp, right? 1 mana open for maybe like a Play with Fire. Do dino decks run Play with Fire? So it's probably Spelunking for the turn. Over the Stomper. That way the Stomper's mana comes in untapped too. That draw, sure. Hidden Nursery is totally fine. Cool. Now we go. Now any of our caves comes in untapped. Yeah, the extra 4 life can go a real long way if we can ramp into our top end before they... Oh my goodness, dude. 2 Hammer Skulls. They keep the Warkeeper back. Does that mean they have a 2-drop dino? They do not. Keeping it back for what then, I wonder? Maybe a chump on the swing with Restless, but they got this 6/6 here, so I don't know what that... I don't know what that's being kept back for. Tortoise. What's the best thing here? Go 1/2. If we go Stomper, untapped, second land. Okay, either way, it's just going to be 2 land if we see one off of Tortoise. So let's start with Tortoise, see what we see, and then base what land we play off of that. So yeah, unfortunately, we can't do 2 things this turn. Okay, Sunken Citadel. We got our greens, we got our black sources. It's gonna be green, I guess, still, right? Cavernous Maw is the play then. Since we saw the Citadel, we do have that to power up in case of an emergency. And then Stomper next turn will actually be able to block since we'll have our 7th mana. But we might just go Titan of Industry. Titan of Industry like shield token or something. Trumpeting Connoisseur, let's see what they see. It might be Colossus, actually. Colossus might be big enough. Okay, we don't have any spells to cast on their turn anyways, but... yeah, we should chump one, right? And we don't want to lose the Maw. I'm sorry, Mr. Turtle. I'm sorry, buddy, but... that's a lot of dinosaurs, man. That's a lot of dinos. Okay. Is it Colossus for the turn, guys? We got a second Colossus. That's actually really good. Because if it's Stomper, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, I guess, like, see, Titan of Industry's good. Gain life. Get another blocker down. But Colossus, oh, then they just full swing and win. Unless we see enough land here for Stomper. Crap. Okay, yeah, we can't go. Yeah, they have a terrific full swing here, guys, because we're at 12. We got to go like this. Go back up to 17, get an extra blocker down. Oh, man, that Colossus would have been so sick, though. We got 2 mana. Oh, Triumphant Chomp for 7 damage, dude. Oh, no. That's rough, dude. Hey, Dino's looking super spicy. Every time we go up against it, I'm just in awe, bro. I don't even know how that could have worked out in our favor. We gained like 10 life that game, guys, legit. We gained 4 on Spelunking and 5 off of Titan. Did we gain anything else? No. Could there have been a better way forward? If only they didn't have a terrific full swing. If only we could have played Cultivator Colossus. At that point, cultivating Colossus, play some land out, still wouldn't have done it because the Triumphant Chomp would have hit the, if we would have seen the land for the Topiary Stomper, it still would have been great removal for, or yeah. They would have been able to remove the Stomper, is what I'm getting at. And so we still would have only had 1 blocker in the Colossus anyways. So the best bet was Titan and hope that we actually had blocks for the turn. Here's the deck list again, guys. I really struggled to get through today, but it felt pretty good. The ramp was like, the ramp was good. You know, it was actually really good too. Pylon was a good choice, I'd say. You guys agree with this choice, or was it too expensive sometimes? What do you think? I think more often than not, I think the Surveil actually helped. I think hitting Planeswalkers 2 on this was good, and I think the Convoke was really easy to actually pull off, right? So you guys will have to let me know, was Pylon a good choice or not? I really wish we would have seen Hulking Raptor today, guys. Still just a really neat concept, so thanks again to the patron for the suggestion, because yeah, if we can ramp into a turn 3 Raptor, then we can ramp into a turn 4 7-drop, which usually on turn 4, if you're getting a 7-drop on the board, then you're like in a reanimation style deck, right? But being in a ramp style deck here lets us do really neat things with our land, just having crazy creature lands, right? I like the one of Awaken the Woods. I think it would have been fine today. Maybe we want the 4th Spelunking, but what do we drop? What do we take out? What do we add? If we drop a land, it might not be enough. I think the 29 land was actually pretty good, right? So, I don't know. Oh, I would have loved to see Ojer, Kaslem too. Yeah, it felt too slow in a lot of those games, so we do need ways for just more early game stuff. That being said, we do have 6 cards early on that help us ramp, and these are really solid ones too. If we drop anything and we go up more ways to ramp early game, maybe that would help, right? Like we need to get to that mid game before anyone else, and we need to get to the mid game, early game for the aggro deck, so we actually have ways to block. As you can see, mono red is so fine-tuned, though, that even if you get blockers, it doesn't really matter, as they can still go fast enough, and Godric has just really proven himself to be the 3-drop of choice in mono red as well. So being able to fly in so effectively is super brutal. So maybe we want like something with reach that might help a little bit. It really depends on what you're seeing, though, too. Maybe you're not even seeing mono red. That's a possibility, right? I know that Vorinclex probably should have made the honorable mentions at the very least. Vorinclex, here you are. Trample Reach, 6/6, 5 mana. Whew, man, every time I look at this card, I'm like, holy cow, those are some stats. How come we never see this, dude? What on earth is going on with Standard, huh? The power level is so extreme. But I do understand, like, it dies to a lot anyways, right? Simple go for the throat, but still, man. Those are some stats. One of the reasons Vorinclex didn't make the cut, of course, is it just grabs more forests, which Glimpse the Core already does and Topiary Stomper already does. At that point, we're going to need like 1 or 2 more forests added to the mana base, and the more of those you add, the less caves you had. And so we already have just 20 caves, and we still wanted the cave theme for the Cavernous Maw and everything too. So, and the Spelunking as well. The Spelunking extra life gain on the cave theme. Yeah, no, this was really neat. I had a good time. Definitely outside of my comfort zone, right? No red in here, not Jund this time round, right? Pretty fun. I like it. I'd play something similar to it again. I actually have a Selesnya Caves list ready too. I don't know if I'll get around to playing that, but I mean, definitely let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing a Selesnya Caves build. Overall, yeah, not bad. More testing required. Definitely put it on the do not craft list though, guys. Way too many mythics, way too many rares. But if you already have the cards and you think it looks fun, yeah, I would say this is a fun one to try out at the very least. And maybe, just like I said, more optimization to the front end of the build here. Make those early turns a little bit more effective could be good. Yeah, I guess like Awakening the Woods isn't 100% necessary. So we could drop that and go up like the other Azuzas because the life gain really comes in handy. What else? What else? We get rid of anything in the late game, it would probably be like one of the Cosmium Confluences. Even though I feel like 2 seems right, I could see dropping down to 1. And maybe the second Go for the Throat, just more spot removal could come in handy early on, right? If we drop an Awaken the Woods, drop a Cosmium Confluence, go up in Azusa's Many Journeys. Wait, the 4th Spelunking, maybe. Because the life gain on this is really good too, and the land entering untapped is actually huge for being able to do multiple things on the same turn. And that's the same concept for Nissa, but we didn't even see Nissa today, and it's also probably not even necessary. However, every now and then it will grab you a Titan of Industry out of the deck too, and it'll also ramp you really well. But if you're going up against a lot of mono red too, like Lightning Strike is a 4 of in those builds, so Nissa dies to Lightning Strike immediately, then they just full swing with their Monastery Swift Spear, so that might be another card to cut as well. So at that point, if we drop a Confluence, drop an Awaken, drop a Nissa, and just go up early things, 2nd Spelunker, 4th Azuzas, or 4th Spelunker, 4th Azuzas, and then 2nd Go for the Throat, that might help out based on what we saw today at least, right? Guys, if you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I hope you still enjoyed the list, regardless of how it performed. Like I said, I feel like it still performed pretty well. Like we still did a lot of things quite successfully, and boy, powering up all those lands. And that one game against that control deck, that control reanimator, right? If we had a Blossoming Tortoise on the board, we might have just been able to end it. But keeping the Tortoise on the board in that match, easier said than done, right? So, all right, guys, hey. If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.